but we can do so much more. You know, last year, Vice President Biden said that with a new moonshot, America can cure cancer. Last month, he worked with this Congress to give scientists at the National Institutes of Health the strongest resources that they've had in over a decade. Well, so tonight I'm announcing a new national effort to get it done. And because he's gone to the mat for all of us on so many issues over the past 40 years, I'm putting Joe in charge of mission control. For the loved ones we've all lost, for the families that we can still save, let's make America the country that cures cancer once and for all. What do you say, Joe?
On a stronger note, America gave an approving vote for the VP to carry a load that the world couldn't tote and to take a tour in and out of American labs to find something pure so that we can finally announce cancer's cure. Yep. Medicine is a friend and not the foe that tasted yuck and yep when we were 5 and 4 before. Yep.
Make it happen. Now, medical research is critical. We need the same level of commitment when it comes to developing clean energy sources. Look, if anybody still wants to dispute the science around climate change, have at it. You will be pretty lonely because you'll be debating our military, most of America's business leaders, the majority of the American people, almost the entire scientific community, and 200 nations around the world who agree it's a problem and intend to solve it.
As it relates to clean energy, and since we're stuck between the Jetsons and the Flintstones, let's surge our scientific advances forward to avoid being the coward that reverts to what's gone, like medieval times with the throne. Duck if they threw you the keys because you don't want this. Knowledge is key, and we have a nation of believers. You'll insist on being key players to help us deal with our ozone layers. Get on the right side of history, and don't get left behind destiny, because you don't want this. America the Beautiful. America the Beautiful is who we're built to be and the leader of climate change that's bringing a focus and clarity to what's cloudy and strange. Duck, goose, to tighten agreements and guidelines that fell loose. In 2025, we hope and pray that it'll be a better day when Americans can enjoy fuel efficiency for the journey from the beginning to the end and all the way. If it'll walk and talk like a duck, then quack quack. It'll have to be a real good deal with a real good feel for an all-American appeal. In 2030, we hope and pray that it'll be a better day with a 32% decrease in carbon pollution on the way. If it'll walk and talk like a duck, then quack quack. It'll have to be a real good deal with a real good feel for an all-American appeal.
But even if the planet wasn't at stake, even if 2014 wasn't the warmest year on record, until 2015 turned out to be even hotter, why would we want to pass up the chance for American businesses to produce and sell the energy of the future?
Yo, Joe. Like Americans, we're just getting warmed up. Like Americans, we're just getting warmed and fuzzed up because there have only been a few days requiring us to get layered up. Yo, Joe. We're pulling our planet back together after all this fickle, fancy, and iffy weather. Bringing it from the back burner to the front burner, where we'll let ideas simmer like our 2015 record-breaking year-long summer. Yo, Joe. We need every business with a bright idea to sell so that others can buy their future energy supply. generating a world-class generator, or oscillator, that produces an energy supply chain from the Earth to the Moon's crater.
Listen. 7 years ago, we made the single biggest investment in clean energy in our history. Here are the results. In fields from Iowa to Texas, wind power is now cheaper than dirtier conventional power. On rooftops from Arizona to New York, solar is saving Americans tens of millions of dollars a year on their energy bills and employs more Americans than coal in jobs that pay better than average. We're taking steps to give homeowners the freedom to generate and store their own energy, something, by the way, that environmentalists and Tea Partiers have teamed up to support. Meanwhile, we've cut our imports of foreign oil by nearly 60% and cut carbon pollution more than any other country on Earth. Gas under $2 a gallon ain't bad either.
Yo, Joe. We need to feel more of wind power's breeze that'll bolster a better future belief and some immediate and electrifying relief. Roofs need more of a solar tan that's awe-inspiring to attract the broke and on-a-budget fan. Yo, Joe. We've reduced our foreign oil shipments by 60%, as homeowners now can save more energy and money for the mortgage and rent. Secret Service can have more fun filling up the transport, because $2 per gallon of gas gave the government a little support. Yo, Joe. Americans call me POTUS. Yeah, the petro price king. Yeah, that's petro on the upswing.
Now we've got to accelerate the transition away from old, dirtier energy sources. Rather than subsidize the past, we should invest in the future, especially in communities that rely on fossil fuels. We do them no favor when we don't show them where the trends are going. And that's why I'm going to push to change the way we manage our oil and coal resources so that they better reflect the cost they impose on taxpayers and our planet. And that way we put money back into those communities and put tens of thousands of Americans to work building a 21st century transportation system.
Have a cough? Is it a carbon pollution cough? Cover your nose. Cover your mouth. Because pollution is still a problem worth considering in all the world, west, east, north, and in the south. It's bad, and historically worse, to sometimes warrant a rented hearse. Now or never, an investment of time and attention is still required to accomplish a cleaner community that we all have desired. Now or never, a managerial approach is an absolute must if we are to filter the dirt and disgust. Now or never, a brokering of building blocks must be banded together for a benefit that can be greater. Now or never, a transportation system must be rectified and renovated so that many en route can have their concerns evacuated.
Now, none of this is going to happen overnight. And yes, there are plenty of entrenched interests who want to protect the status quo. But the jobs we'll create, the money we'll save, the planet we'll preserve, that is the kind of future our kids and our grandkids deserve. And it's within our grasp. Now, climate change is just one of many issues where our security is linked to the rest of the world. And that's why the third big question that we have to answer together is how to keep America safe and strong without either isolating ourselves or trying to nation build everywhere there's a problem.
Now or never, we must work day and night until we want what we find. Like in the Armstrong saying, take one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. Roll it up. Roll it up and pass it out. roll up every reason to remove our grandkids' doubt. Fade it out. Fade it out and fade it back for the mindset to just give back to negate a family's lack. Here we go, Joe. We hear there's a need for much more. Preservation of capital. Restoration of what's global. And a job growth that's monumental. Here we go, Joe. Want to breathe stronger and easier with a huff and puff, like the Three Little Pigs wolf? Want to sing We Are the World, with a commitment to sharing the best of it with the unborn boy and girl? Then, wake up to wisely spend the time that we borrow, by working on depositing worth in the world and withdrawing some of its sorrow. Like a vapor, we'll all soon be gone sometime tomorrow.
I told you earlier, all the talk of America's economic decline is political hot air. Well, so is all the rhetoric you hear about our enemies getting stronger and America getting weaker. Let me tell you something. The United States of America is the most powerful nation on earth. Period. Period. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. We spend more on our military than the next 8 nations combined. Our troops are the finest fighting force in the history of the world. No nation attacks us directly or our allies because they know that's the path to ruin. Surveys show our standing around the world is higher than when I was elected to this office, and when it comes to every important international issue. People of the world do not look to Beijing or Moscow to lead, they call us.
Hear that? That's our allies' chant. The American hero. The American hero. Our international family calls us an American hero and big brother. That's still coming through like no other. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray is what they say, because we give them a beam of hope to brighten their day of gray. Hip, hip, hooray is what they say, to cheer us on the clear clouds so restorative rain can wash away their pain. Who has America's back? Troops on the ground, and they're standing on guard all around. Who can storm a beach, stand a wall, or smile mean better than a Marine? Hey Joe, I don't think they really know. Who can carry on to encamp a territory until the mission is done better than our army? Hey Joe, I don't think they really know. Who can secure the sea like a seal on steroids better than our Navy? Hey Joe, I don't think they really know. Who can launch a military resource and disappear under the cover of night to make things again all right, better than our Air Force? Hey Joe, I don't think they really know. If you're an adversary, enemy, or frenemy of an enemy and don't believe us, then just flinch or flex and we'll raise up in you, ready or not, like it's hot sex. Don't get ucked. Hey Joe, I still don't think they really know. It's fine if you want to yak and yak, but think long and hard before considering the American soil for another terrorist attack. Believe me when we say that nations ring America, the ringmaster, therefore when it all goes down, and we hear songs like Lean on Me and Stand By Me playing in their background. Subscribe and stay tuned for more episodes from this video series.